I'm Miss Durant. I'm your child's fourth grade teacher. I am here to give you a virtual tour of our classroom. I'm hoping that our students will be able to enjoy our classroom. If not, I will still utilize the classroom for virtual teaching. This year's theme is you can travel the world, but don't forget your history. And as I give you the tour of the classroom, you'll be able to see all of the themes about traveling and how education can take you anywhere in the world. But then you'll also see some significant people and reminding us of where we've come from or what we have potential to be based off of what they've done. From the door. As you can see, the desks are spread out and they are socially distanced. And we do not normally, I like to have my groups in pods so the students can work together, but we're gonna have to find a different way where the students can work together because we need to be distant from each other. And so as you can see, I have the desk spread out. This is the area where I will spend most of my time. I do most of my teaching from this area at the kidney table where I can pull students and have small group or one-on-one instruction. And so this is that area, and we have some math posters up there and some reading questions sticks back there. So this is where I will be pulling small groups when the students return. And this is also where I'll be teaching during virtual learning because I have access to a whiteboard. Front board, and this is where our weekly quote will be housed, homework, math groups, and reading groups. The quote that I chose for this week was, "You can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather." I thought that it was befitting because as teachers, we had so many grand plans for this school year, but we did not predict that we would still be in the middle of a pandemic. And so we had to adjust. And so that is why I chose this quote. Rest of the board, this is where the teaching will be housed, where our board is the date. On the other side, we have essential questions, and this is where each subject's essential questions will be housed. I will take pictures of this weekly for students, and when the students come back, they will be able to see it, and they'll always know what we're supposed to be learning in each subject. Here we have the library. This year, the library will function a little differently. Normally, we have books and it'll be a little reading nook where the students can go and read. This year, with social distancing and trying to make sure we prevent the spread of COVID and other germs, we will be doing the library a little bit differently. I have the books in the red bins here on this bench and on this bench are separated into the different levels, and the students will be able to choose a book, check out a book from me. I will go get the book, hand it to them, and then once they're finished, they will return the book and I will sterilize the books. This here, same, this is a display, and the students are welcome to read these books as well. Same process, they will let me know they want to read the book. I will make sure that they have it, and once they're finished, they will return it back to me so I can sterilize the books and make sure that they are disinfected. And so this is our reading area. Here we have the math and science board, and just like the ELA writing and social study board, this is where I will house anchor charts or student work to show what's going on in these subjects. I like to call this area here the uplifting area. This area is going to remind students of what they can be and where they came from. And so we have different little quotes from Jesse Owens, Barack Obama, Maya Angelou, Rosa Parks. And there's some other books here that the students will be able to read and look at and check out. I'll be reading, when I read to the students, I'll probably be reading from these books just to give some encouragement and some history to the students in our downtime reading. Here's where the ELA and writing work will be housed. I will display exemplar writing here. This is on the other side is where the social studies work will be shown. And right now, while we're social distancing and I do not have work to put up, I will put anchor charts and different things here and send pictures based on these subjects. And so I have a mirror here for students, and it says the leader in me, and it has different things: proactive, important, responsible, reflective, creative, determined, thoughtful, special, selfless, engaged, studious, accountable, understanding. These are just some things that a leader is, and I want the students to come in and look at themselves and tell themselves what they are. And if they're having a hard time, this mirror is here to remind them of the type of leader that they are. Wall. The data wall is where we will house the topics that are passed in iReady. Students are required to pass at least 100 topics for the school year in iReady Reading and iReady Math. And with that being said, we will be tracking. So typically it's a competition and students are trying to beat their other classmates. So let's make sure that we're keeping the kids engaged in iReady Reading and Math so they can pass those topics and they can get cool prizes and incentives once they have reached certain marking points. Also over here, we have the sink with soap, hand sanitizer, water, paper towels, and we have a little sign that says keep calm and wash your hands. This year, I'm trying to encourage students to think outside of the box, especially because we are learning virtually and we can't go to our regular way of thinking about school. And so here we have think outside of the box. Next to think outside the box, we have some influential African Americans and some quotes. Franny Lou Hammer, Langston Hughes, Harriet Tubman. On the other side, we have Marian Anderson, Thurgood Marshall, and Shirley Chisholm. Here is the teacher's corner. I rarely ever sit here, though this is where my desk. I'm normally all around my classroom or at my kidney table. Here's a few more little quotes. The best way to lift one's self up is to help someone else, and that's Booker T. Washington. I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I cannot accept not trying. Michael Jordan. Each one of us has the chance to be a rainbow in someone's clouds. Maya Angelou. This is the end of the tour. Thank you so much for watching the tour. I hope that you watching this video, you've seen how I've socially distanced the desk, how I have put things in place for us to be able to have a safe environment when the kids come. It's inviting. And so I hope this puts your mind at ease if and when the students return to the classroom. Thank you.